dying so many times, it's almost as if I never even had a life at all.
That war, the things we all did, it wasn't right.
Feels like the edge of the universe.
You have no idea how big this whole thing is.
Another bloody clone! I am eternally damned.
Well, all right, here we are. Looking out over the crowd that always rushes in when a Thursday night gaming lawyer stream starts, and it is indeed Thursday night. Right, EV23 first in the room, and Nick C second in the room, and me third in the room, I guess. Technically, because you all were in there before while the trailer was going a minute ago. Remember when the trailer was going? And the resolution was messed up and I fixed it. Did you notice? I fixed it in real time. Yeah. A real professional here. So, although it does say that we have 4 concurrent viewers, one of which might be me. And, so, for those who missed it, I put out a poll. Yeah, settle down, Nick. You're adding fuel to the fire. Don't make direct eye contact with the ruckus. So you might have seen I made a poll in the chat in my X Twitter thing, observing that it is currently Steam Space Exploration Fest. And in the spirit of such, I have been playing some space games, mostly because I've been fed a lot of space games. If I open Steam, lots of sales. I've actually picked a couple up. Everspace 2 is one of them. I think I played it before. It was on that, what is it, the Microsoft Xbox Live thing that you can play Xbox for PC, whatever. It was on there. I played it when it was in early access, but it released into full release, and I decided at a certain point I was going to wait till it actually got on sale and I was going to buy it. And that happened. It's $19.99. It's the cheapest it's ever been, so I picked it up. You might need another mod to control all this ruckus. Well, I think the danger now is that all of the mods have wrenches, so nobody can control the ruckus. Except, I mean, technically I could, but you know, when I'm streaming, I have a hard time multitasking. So, just picturing Evie and Nick, like, doing a mosh pit, like running around in circles, acting all rowdy and stuff in front of the stream. Settle down, you two. So yeah, on the poll I listed Planet Crafter, which is actually the game I probably played the most this week. It's one of those kind of addictive. It's a little bit like Subnautica, except on, you know, not underwater, and there's not a lot of scary aliens. But same sort of like building and exploring and finding new resources. And it's kind of cool. And you're trying to terraform a planet. So it starts off looking like Mars. And as you're doing things to it, like the sky turns blue, grass starts to grow. I think I'm still relatively early on, but it's sort of like the game I've been playing the most this week. I have been playing a little Everspace 2. Everspace 2 is like an open world sort of action space shooter RPG thing. It's pretty cool. The twitchy combat thing is not normally the kind of gameplay that I do, but it's kind of a fun game. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with it because I keep getting I keep getting beat up real bad and then getting frustrated and want to quit, which happens. That's why I don't play games that are involve shooting skill. You know? You want to time out G-Law? J Maxi. It's not a nice thing to say, but I can't do anything about it because you got Blue Wrench, so just gonna have to live with it. Maxi, you have Planet Crafter, don't you? That was the other game I was really considering streaming. And of course, this Lord of the Rings Online. Because I'm still technically playing Lord of the Rings Online, even though this week I've been playing space games. I haven't been playing Bradron. I've been playing my, I think he's in his mid-30s now, level 35 or so. Guardian, High Elf Guardian. It's good times. You went to Taco Bell and got a Baja Blast gelato? I didn't even know that was such a thing as that. And hello, Alali! Wow, I don't think I've even heard of that. Max, you love Planet Crafter. Have you ever finished it? I mean, you can sort of beat it by fully terraforming, right? Because I know it just came out in full release a few months ago. Like, it was only in early access for the first few years. I don't even know if you could fully terraform until full release. But it's fun and it's addictive, but man, it seems like I feel like I've done a lot of stuff already, and it looks like I'm still a long way from lush forests covering the landscape. Yeah, Alali, they got really rowdy. Nick and Evie came in here. They just, what was it? How did you describe it? A ruckus. They raised a ruckus. And as far as I can tell, they have not settled down even a little bit. You've not finished it, your planet's like half green. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. The only green so far is where I've planted like seed grass growers, like manually, but yeah, so I still got a ways to go. Sometimes when I start feeling like, oh, this is like, what do I do now? I think I got everything I ever wanted. And then I realized, like, oh, this place, it basically still looks like Mars, but with a blue sky and a couple patches of grass. You think Nick needs a nap? Anyway, I did have Taco Bell today. I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe we don't have it here. I don't know. But if we did, this is something, my Taco Bell is, my wife has to go to her job on Thursdays in the mornings. And when she comes back, she gets Taco Bell on the way home. So, I just say, get me the usual, which is my Mexican pizza combo plus two value menu burritos as my bonus burritos. They're all gone now. I still have a little bit of flat Diet Pepsi. So the other exciting thing that's happening is Rose City Comic Con is here in Portland this weekend. So actually, we took tomorrow off of work, and the thing I'm sad about right now is we decided to put Millie up in a pet hotel situation for the weekend. So, because the place where you drop her off, like, you can't pick her up late, and then we're thinking we don't want to be worried about, like, getting out of Comic-Con in time to get Millie before the pickup times end, and anyways, I'm a little sad though, because this place seems pretty good. It's a new place we haven't tried. We've been doing PetSmart, which has been fine, but it's pretty basic. There's a place right near us that's more like specialized with bigger play areas, and it's around the same price. And they actually did a thing today, because we were talking about, having them take her for the weekend. And they do a thing where you have to bring your dog over for like a trial visit for them to make sure, basically, well, I like the way my wife described it, to make sure that your dog's not an asshole. So we had Millie at this place today, so they could evaluate and make sure she's not an asshole. The thing is, she's an asshole to us all the time. She's sweet most of the time, but she's also an asshole. She runs our lives. But when she's around strangers, she's a little more timid. Everyone's like, oh, what a sweet little puppy. Yeah, she's sweet when she turns on the charm, and she knows how to turn on the charm. But once she's comfortable with you, she will run you. She will run your life. It's time for Millie to cause a puppy hotel ruckus. Well, they said she did really good. So, but and we've done overnights with her a couple times now. At the PetSmart, they have like a pet hotel, puppy hotel. But this is going to be 3 days. And part of the reason we're doing it is because next month, we're going out of town for a week and a half for a wedding in Florida. And then we're going to turn it into basically our anniversary trip for the year. So we're going to do go to Orlando and do Disney World and all that jazz after the week following the wedding. But we know she's going to be a week and a half in a pet hotel. So the months leading up to it, we've been trying to give her little doses of yeah, here's some places. And I'm glad we're doing this new place now, because I think this is the one we're going to use for that purpose from now on. And it'd be nice to for her to feel comfortable with them before we leave her there for a week and a half in October. Oh, your hubby's putting up the 12-foot skeleton. Magnificent. And hello, Brad. Did I say hi, Brad? Hi, Brad. Your dog didn't pee on the floor once yesterday. That being said, it was the first time she managed that in a couple weeks. Did she try not to pee on the floor? It just sort of comes out. And then she got lucky yesterday. So Brad, did you see that I put a poll up? There were 3 games on option. Just wondering if you had any opinion about that. You know, Brad, you're always the one I worry about the most. Because you tend to be the most vocally opposed to the games that I play. So I always like to know. Also, I thought that the Humble Choice this month actually looked pretty decent. I already had a couple of the games, but I want to look at it again. All 3 of the options you thought were bad? There was no lesser of evils? What does that mean? The options are chilling. Chilling is in chilling, I'm cool. Or chilling I feel very coldly toward all of those games. See, Guardians of the Galaxy? That looks like fun. And then Stranded Alien Dawn, I already streamed that. I have that game. The one that I've kind of been interested to try, and I've almost bought it recently, in the last few months, because it's been on sale a bunch, is Coral Island. And when I look at it, I think, Ali, I see that you own that game. It's sort of like a Stardew Valley, very much like Stardew Valley, in a lot of ways, except it's got nicer, more modernized graphics, but also not nearly as successful as Stardew Valley. And I know Ali plays a lot of Stardew Valley. When I see her activity on Steam, I get a lot of notifications in the background of Ali playing Stardew Valley. So I actually also have Lost Eidolons. I bought that on sale about a year ago. So the thing that sucks is there's a bunch of games on here that I like. Most of them I already bought. I want to say I might have gotten Guardians of the Galaxy free in an Epic Store giveaway. I felt like I owned it already somewhere, but not on Steam. So this might be the month that it ended. Oh, okay. And you're not renewing. It's over. That's fair. I can't remember the last time I heard you say, hey, there's some good stuff on Humble this month. Like, it's been years since I've heard you express any kind of approval for what you've been paying for to be delivered to you each month. But yeah, here it says 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 9 games are games that I consider to be solid games. You had 2 out of 12. I would consider canceling it. The thing is, it's almost every month there's some game, there's at least one game that I would say, if that game had been on sale for $12.99, I would have bought it. So, like, this month, that's Coral Island. Coral Island I've almost bought for 20 bucks. And I just got it for $12.99. So, plus a bunch all this other stuff. I don't know if I own Guardians of the Galaxy. I think maybe I just had access to it through Game Pass. So, anyways. You're gonna spend that money on mutual aid? Like a charity? Like an actual charity, not a mostly buying games, but giving to charity like somewhere in the back end. I'm assuming mutual aid means charity. I don't know charities though. So, but I feel bad because there's Millie. She spent the morning and early afternoon at this place. She came home. She's so happy to be back with us. And then, it was stream night, so I can't even take her for a walk. It was almost 100 degrees here today, which, I know some of you all in Texas, that's nothing, but here, oof, it's only like just now cooling off enough to take her on. In fact, I'm curious how warm it still is right now. It's 8 o'clock here. The sun has gone down. It's still 85 degrees, which, again, some parts of the country, that's pretty typical. Oregon, that's pretty flippin' hot for 8 p.m. after the sun goes down. Your 9-day vacation is really nice. Nice! The first day back at work after a long vacation, did a bit rough. Mutual aid is directly to people. Okay. So wait, you give money directly to people in the sense of like you find people that are doing like GoFundMe's and stuff like that? Or just literally like, hey, there's this guy that's always passed out at the corner, like by the drugstore, and I just throw a $5 on him. I give him a kick and throw a $5. I go, wake up, you bum, and you throw a $5 down. You go, get something nice with this. And then he's like, mutual aid, and he dances off. You don't usually have to go out of your way to find them. Can the people you follow? Okay. I gotcha. But you're finding and choosing the people to do it. Okay. I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about charities to be too cynical about them, because I still feel like if I would want a larger organization that can help people on a broad scale, because finding individual cases feels too anecdotal. But I could see the counterpoint too, that there is a lot of waste in those organizations, and then, they don't always, the money doesn't always go where it should be going, or not enough of it. Even a good charity usually only uses about 30% for their purported cause. And what is the rest? Is just operational costs? Is it that much goes to just maintaining the charity? Yeah, okay. That's fair. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, it is a Steam Space Exploration Fest. I've been playing Planet Crafter mostly. I've been dabbling in Everspace 2. I randomly heard about a game called 3030 Death War Redux. It was released in 2017. It's like a reboot of a 2007 game. It's kind of quirky. It's like a 90s point-and-click adventure crossed with something like Space Rangers, like a 2D top-down space shooter. I've explored very different versions of the entire galaxy, and I have not explored the entire galaxy several times over. No, I haven't, because if you look at what I actually do in any of these games, I usually don't get that far. What else did I pick up? I also picked up, there was a huge hype around the 1.0 release of Core Keeper, and it was on sale, and so I got all jazzed about that, and I bought it. Which is kind of like, it's like a Stardew Valley, Minecraft, all those kind of games. Sort of rolled up into like a weird little package. Seems kind of cool. I dabble in it a little bit, but I mostly got it. I don't know. It didn't hook me right away. And that's the problem. I should stop buying games. I got too many games. And ultimately, the thing that got me hooked this week was Planet Crafter, which I've owned for like 2 years. You're not broke, but you're trying to save up money again from your trip to Oklahoma. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so that was what I zeroed in on. Is I've been still playing a little bit of Lord of the Rings Online. Although you guys know I'm a sucker for a good space game, and I started getting like the space itch. So, and Everspace 2 was cheaper than it's ever been, so I pulled the trigger on it. It's a game I've had my eye on for a while. But when I would get too stressed out from getting shot at and blown up by space pirates, Planet Crafter, just gonna go water my grass on an alien world, you know? I'm a sucker for any space game. Doesn't have to be good. I'm pretty picky, Brad. I mean, I know by your standards, that doesn't seem like I am. But I'm pretty selective about what games I play in general. It's just they're not always games that everyone thinks are good. So, like Empyrean Galactic Survival, for example, pretty rough game. A lot of people don't think that's very good. I've played EVE Online. I haven't played it seriously in a long time. I never played it seriously. When I say played it seriously, I mean like fell into it, played it obsessively for like a few weeks, like I do with other MMOs. Never joined corporations or did any like really time-consuming. I just soloed, usually like ice mining or some shit like that, do NPC missions. All the stuff they say is boring and that you shouldn't do if you want to get the most out of EVE Online. That's what I did in EVE Online. So, let me see if there was anything else on Steam. On the old Space Exploration Fest. Star Trucker. That was sorely tempting for me. Star Trucker. But it's $25, it's 10% off, not a very deep sale. And it's supposed to be fun, but more or less like a kind of a bare bones experience. So I was like, meh. But I definitely got my eye on Star Trucker. Star Trucker was like the only game recently that I was actually counting down to the release so I could hear what people said, like how people reacted on reviews and stuff once they got the full release. And hello, Umbra the Ninja. Star Trucker is basically like American Truck Simulator in space. Like literally, you have a truck cab and you go and you pick up like the truck trailers. Here, now I feel like I gotta... Here, I'll show you the trailer. There's a whole lot of me on this screen. It's too much me. There we go.
This is Gold Rock Radio.
Cause we're flying tonight.
This is Dusty showing up. You know me. Always got time to help a newcomer.
Cause we're flying tonight. We're flying tonight.
Gate is active and you're clear to roll.
Oh!
This one goes out to Nick.
No!
Easy there, mate. Great job. Maybe you ought to take a break from hauling and give your rig some love.
You seem a little lost, friend. You're making one hell of a detour.
This is an automated checkpoint inspection.
This is a storm update. Park City's experiencing high levels of electrical activity.
Temperature's getting real uncomfortable. Just pick up your pace.
Safe travels.
Yeah, so clearly it's the kind of game that would catch my eye. Even though I haven't played American Truck Simulator in like 3 years. But Truck Simulator and a space game? Are you serious? Let's see. I wonder if there's a trailer for that other one that I got. That 3030 Death War. Death War Redux it's on sale for $7.49.
What happens when you combine an adventure?
Oh. It's a pretty short one.
What happens when you combine an adventure game with a space simulator? Death War Redux, a space odyssey.
I played around a little bit with it. It actually seems kind of fun. Let's see. I found it randomly, like, because there's a relatively new game that came out. Oh. That was a top-down shooter, and I was looking at reviews, and it was a little bit like it's called Starcom, and it was a little bit mixed, like what I was hearing about it. Although this looked kind of fun, but when I was hearing reviews, there was kind of mixed, and I was like, eh. But it was like the kind of game that I thought could be kind of fun. That's this one. And I was like, I wonder what other games are like that. And there's that one like Star Sector, but that's fleet management. And I don't always want to manage a fleet. I like to just have a ship that's just like me running around. But yeah, that Death War one is like you play sort of like an Indiana Jones, like Han Solo type character, and it's just got a lot of like sort of snark and personality to it. And it plays like 80s style music while you're playing. There's actually a YouTube streamer mode to avoid getting copyright content ID matches. Look at Skull Sphinx announcing Eevee. Still the goofiest goober, that is all. Specifically EV23. Let me see. I think that's the only one in here. Oh, I didn't see the Matus was here. Ah. Hi, Mufus. I think my dog might be the goofiest person here right now, honestly. We don't call her Mufus for nothing. But yeah. So I got pretty hyped about this. Star Trekker. The thing is, I know I'd spend $22. I'd probably play it for like a half hour and be like, wait till it's in early access. I'd be like, I'll come back to this when they put more into the game. So certain ones, Astroneer, I've always kind of had an eye on. There's a lot of these games that I've sort of got an eye on. Ixion is about like building It's like a city builder space station thing in space, like this thing traveling through space. What do you do? Oh, she sees a fly. For some reason, we got a problem with fly, and she goes crazy when she sees. She's going nuts right now. You see a fly? Yeah. You see if you can see her hunting the fly. Yeah, you see the fly. Now you can. All you can see is my big laundry pile back there. You seriously think I should get into Star Citizen, Brad? Or are you just saying that as a joke? There was a free weekend on Star Citizen, and I played around with it for several hours. And I gotta say, I was really impressed with what they have. I just didn't think, like, yeah, once you're done wandering around, like, it's breathtaking, like the cities and the locations and stuff. But once you're done just walking around and seeing what's in them, the actual gameplay is like, I feel like I get bored really quick. No one should get into Star Citizen. I was very impressed. I was tempted to buy it because it's like you pay and you have it, but not to like spend $50,000 on a special ship or anything like that. I don't know. I don't feel quite as negative towards them as some people do, because there's sort of like, there's a reason things have evolved the way they have that aren't purely that the developers are terrible. At least not in my opinion, but it would be nice if they would have released something finished. But really, it's the people with the money that keep paying them to just keep developing it. And so they're like, all right, if that's what you're going to pay us to do it, we'll keep developing it forever. It's a community full of maybe not the brightest whales. At least the ones that are that are responsible for that have set the trend. Let me see. Station Invincible. Starbound is one that I've occasionally thought I should try to get into. I own that. I own a bunch of these. Apple Worlds. Anyways. So you see, I'm all into my. I got the itch. I got the space game itch. Speaking of which, I should just launch the game, shouldn't I? Wait, where's my? Oh, here we go.
45 seconds of
There we go.
gameplay.
Pumping the whales is not ethical. Yeah, I think maybe I just don't. Maybe I don't know enough about it, because I've heard the perspective of the company and like what's the driving force, and isn't it like community votes and stuff like that? And you could still say they're a bad actor. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's just I don't think it's as simple as, you know, that they're just bad. Like there's a weird phenomenon surrounding that game that I don't like it. Like I wish they would just complete a game and be like, here's this really cool game, and they could keep developing it, but come up with something finished. Like a lot of games are, even in early access, they're more or less finished or feature complete, and then they keep developing it. No Man's Sky is pretty fun, so is Elite Dangerous. Yeah, they're very different. They're all very different games. No Man's Sky is a world different than Elite Dangerous, which is a world different than the other one, Star Citizen. And I gotta say, Star Citizen, when I played it, it impressed me in a way that no other space game had. Just the way that walking around in that world was pretty impressive. And even flying to ships felt really good. But it was just like, well, what are you going to do? It was like the most elaborate tech demo ever created, is how it felt. Because, like, what once you get past the fact that, yeah, this is an amazing, elaborate city, but what are you doing in it? Because you have a universe filled, like, that's beautiful and filled with these amazing ships, but what are you gonna do with them? And the actual what you actually do with them is pretty, like, that's but they have developed something that I regard as pretty incredible. It's just it's like make a game out of it. Yeah, I've streamed No Man's Sky before. I have Elite Dangerous as well. I never got really that much into Elite Dangerous. I thought I would, but that one's never clicked. I mean, I probably when I first got it, I played it for 5 to 10 hours, and then I quickly sort of just got, like, bored. So, but for the right people, I know people play that hundreds of hours. Okay, what the hell what am I doing?
Setup they have here.
Ah, I thought I went home already. Let me see. Oh. Missions. Package. Oh, this is completed. Okay. For some reason, I thought I'd gone back to my home base. So you get missions and stuff like that. And so far, I've only been in this little quarter of one solar system, and there are what, 9 solar systems? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I don't know if there's any. I think this is the whole game, but I think it's going to be a lot. And there's like a story. It's actually pretty decent. It's kind of interesting. But I don't know if it's anything I need to, like, get you completely up to speed with. That weird phenomenon has a name. It's called the sunk cost effect, and they exploit it. Those are just the people that have put so much money in already they can't walk away now. Is that the idea? I've never heard the actual term sunk cost effect. But I have heard. Maybe I have heard the term. I think I just described what it is. I've heard of the concept. You put so much into something, you're in because you've already put in too much. And that's not just about money. I mean, that can be about anything. That's like how people are about, like, the things they believe in, like their politics or their religion or whatever it is. If you're like, how come that person can't see what they're, whatever. That's like, that's nonsense what they think. And it's like, nah, because they're so, like, they've bled for that cause. And now it's like, doesn't matter if if something proved that they were wrong, they could never walk away because they've just invested too much into it. All right. So let me see. What am I doing now? So we're on the run. The overall story is, the first game you were a clone, and it was like a roguelike, where you basically just went as far as you could until you died, and then you started over. But the concept behind it was you were a clone, so every time you died, you were just uploaded into a new body, and you'd keep going, and it was just a roguelike, like randomly generated levels that got harder and harder until you died. And each time you could, you'd unlock perks, and you'd be a little more powerful, you get a little further. Standard kind of roguelike in a space environment. This is a persistent world, a persistent open world. You're the same character, apparently, but now you're no longer... You're still a clone, but you're no longer someone that can just be, like, recycled over and over again. So it's supposed to be like, this is more like a straight up, like, you're in this universe now, and you have this history of being this clone, and apparently clones are illegal, and so there may be people hunting you. You got to keep on the down low. And yeah, so we're trying to, and we got attacked, and our best friend got almost mortally wounded. So we retreated this abandoned base. This guy's helping us. He was also captured by the same, like, bad guys that we were in this attack. And he helped us escape. And he's taken us to this abandoned base. He's kind of giving these objectives to help him rebuild his like old base. And he's kind of shady, a little bit shady too. But he's also helping us do stuff to get like our friend fixed, patched up. And we had a plan. We were following a plan to get the guy like some medical equipment. And I think the last mission we found like a huge convoy from one of the biggest trading companies in the galaxy that seems to be like transporting medical equipment and sparsely guarded. And this guy that's helping me, he's like, that's a bad idea. We'll find another way. And my guy's like, no, my friend needs help now. And so it's not the way I would have done it, but at least the way that the story is unfolding is, I think now we're going to pursue this medical transport. Does it have space kobolds? Nope. It doesn't even have the cock, which was, oh wait, hold on a second. Got all my junk on the second monitor messed up. Speaking of junk on the second monitor, can I turn it so that the sound doesn't turn off? When I go to the second monitor, mute when unfocused. Yeah, I like that in real day-to-day life, but not when I'm streaming. See, now I can click the other monitor and you guys don't even know. I think I streamed Everspace 1 once, like on one of my random gaming streams. I liked Everspace 1. It's just when a roguelike where it just gets harder and harder, not necessarily my thing. But there's just a lot of like, you can do the missions, you do have to level up, you do crafting. There's GMB fighters. Those are fighters for that trading company that I mentioned a minute ago, who currently don't consider me a bad guy. Although if they realized who I was, like that I was this like escaped clone, they might. And random outlaws are out flying around. You want me to crash into the rocks, Brad? All right. You want me to crash into this big rock? Oh, I crashed into the rock, Brad. Here, I crashed into this one. Oh, I crashed into another rock, Brad. Are you happy? I mean, my hope is that by having done that... Well, Brad, you were the one that asked me to do it. If that was not satisfying for you, I don't know what to say. Were you expecting me to explode? Oh, the problem is my ship isn't messed up. Alright, I think we got that. Oh, looks like... I like it when they're otherwise engaged. Ah, my gun's heated up. There we go. Then I think stuff like that will keep, well, they're low level, Brad. Believe me, I get my ass handed to me a lot in this game. So maybe you'll appreciate that. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna... Why do I keep doing that? Perks, data, there's crafting. Stuff. How much money do I have? I don't have a ton of money. And I think this is where I'm gonna go next to try and find this, There's a lot of shit floating around in space. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Mike. And then random stuff will pop up if you're going far enough. So I'll keep an eye out for that stuff. Because this is a little bit of a jog getting to this place. Probably as I approach this other planet, other like unknown objectives will pop up. Unknown signal. Let's check it out. Because the problem is I'm a little bit under-leveled for this mission that I'm on right now, I think. Or I'm maybe exactly leveled for it. Anyways, I just know when I do stuff that's a level or two under me, I still get my ass handed to me.
Huh. I better take care of that base.
There's a base? Oh boy. Alright, I'm being a little bit of a bitch here. It's the old hide behind the rock. Saturn have rings when the Stegosaurus has roamed the Earth. From what I've heard, they're not going to have rings for that much longer either. Alright. Oh! Alright, this is getting a little bit... This is getting a little bit McNasty on me. Alright, shield is getting back up to speed. Alright, who's shooting at me now? Where did you come from? Let's see, I think... I'm not even sure all what's here that I can blow up, but they keep giving me specific things. Yeah, this shit I should blow up. That thing I should blow up. Oh, this stuff I should definitely blow up. These games look like Warframe graphics? Huh, interesting. I mean, Wargame is like a shooter, like a ground shooter, right? It's not inconceivable that they're using similar engines. Even though the style of game is vastly different. There is space travel, but there's no, you don't actually fly your ship around like this in that. It's just like a hub, right? I've only played a little bit of Warframe, and it was many years ago, because, as I've said it before, games that are about, and this one included to some degree, games that are about just, like, using your ability to shoot stuff really, like, oh, I'm super twitchy and I aim really good. That is not my cup of tea. That's not where my skill set lies. Alright, I think I might need to give my shields a minute to calm down. Oh, you do actually fly it around like this later on. Okay, I know that's also a game that they've just added more and more content to as the years have gone on. So when I played it 10 years ago, wherever the hell I played it, I don't think that was a feature. Unless it was, I just didn't play it long enough. But I know they've added a ton to that game since I checked it out. To the point of being probably almost unrecognizable. Moving in on you, buddy. All right, let me continue my my slow dismantling of this giant base. Stop playing Warframe because of the grind. Okay. I mean, that's what the whole game was. It's just fighting over and over again, right? Just like randomly generated maps. Well, there was more though. There's a whole open world thing too. That came later. That didn't exist. Yeah, will these guys quit spawning? Why won't you let me destroy this place in peace?
Get away for a fresh round.
Where'd he go? Alright, I think that was it. But see, just the fact that they won't leave me in peace to just shoot up this base the way that I want to. A part of me is already like, I should have just streamed Planet Crafter. Nobody tries to kill me in Planet Crafter. I just grow grass. I guess I could, if I fell into lava, the planet could kill me. How many are there now? Oh, I'm level 5 now. That's cool. Every 5 levels, God, this is what a time for a tutorial. A set of 3 new player perks gets unlocked. Choose one perk of your liking or none. But why should you do that? Note that you can change your selection only when docked to a station. Well, next time I'm docked to a station, I'll have to remember to pick my perk. You also go to space in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's been a long time since I played any Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't think I ever played it far enough to get into space. I think Sonic was one of those games that I played when it very first came out. I rented it, and I played it for about 5 minutes, and then I got frustrated and stopped. So that trend started a long time ago, apparently.
Collect enough blueprints with a prize.
Oh, got a blueprint. I mean, the bright side is
Those credits.
is that I'm apparently, yeah, I'm getting experience and loot for all these kills. Even though I wish they would just kind of stop spawning for a minute, you know. Could you guys just leave me alone while I'm destroying your space base, please? Where's the rest of this thing I'm supposed to be? Always a PC gamer. Bet you played Jazz Racket. No, I was a console gamer in the 90s. I didn't get into PC gaming. Well, I did do some computer gaming before that, but it was just like my parents' computers. Whatever, I had an Apple IIc. Never mind. I've been done a little bit of computer gaming since I was a kid, but my primary gaming, until I bought my first dedicated gaming PC in 1998 as an adult, most of my gaming was console gaming. It was in television, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I never got the Sega Master System. My friend had that. I played that. Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and PlayStation 2. Oh, this guy's elite, huh? Oh shit, what was that? Okay, this is not good. I don't even know what the hell just attacked me, but it took out all of my shields and my armor plating in like 2 seconds. Alright, that was... Okay, at least my shield is regenerating. My armor plating is fucked. I think it was something maybe that elite fighter launched. Either mines or something else. My friends had a Commodore. When I had the Apple, we had an Apple IIc, was our first home computer. And my friend had a Commodore, and there was some similar games on it. Like, that's how I got introduced to Ultima, which was my first computer role-playing game. My friend, and actually it's a friend that I still play D&D with to this day, they had a Commodore 128. I think it was a 128. I think it was the next thing up from the Commodore 64. And, I can't remember. Maybe it was Commodore 64. Anyways, his brother figured out how to use a modem to get a bunch of shit for free. I don't know how you did that. There was no internet back then. This is like the early 80s. So I have no idea like how you even found out about that shit back then, but his brother did. And one of the games they got was Ultima 4, and they showed it to me and I got absolutely hooked. And Ultima 4 was available for the Apple as well. So I got an Ultima 4 for my Apple IIc, and I spent an entire summer basically just playing Ultima 4, being obsessed with Ultima 4. It seemed like the Commodore was a better gaming platform. It seemed like it was, back then, it was like the difference between Apple and PC. Back then was the difference between like Commodore and Apple. Did I already destroy everything here? Well, maybe I can explore in peace because no one seems to be trying to kill me anymore. Was there anything else in here? Wait a minute. Do I have the, have the right game profile set? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember, I thought, my friend who had the Commodore, I thought, like, they had it pretty cool. I think it's because they had so many games, but they had so many games because his brother figured out how to get them for free. I don't know if there's a way I could have done that on my Apple, but I don't think there was any way to hook the Apple up to over the phone to anything. I don't even know how they did it back then. I mean, I know that that stuff existed back then, but I don't know if they had like an external modem that they bought for their computer or how they did any of that shit. I just know they had a lot of cool games. Mega Wars on CompuServe? Is that how you pirated games in the, back in the 80s? I feel like I haven't really had a payoff from this place yet. Like, I went through a lot of effort, and I seem to have eliminated the threat. But I feel like it has not resulted in me obtaining some big treasure. Like, I've gotten just general loot, Maybe it was all the loot I was getting was it. Slingo on AOL, Legend of Red Drag. Wasn't that already... That sounds like internet stuff, though. Like, I remember BBS. Like, chat. I just remember BBS chat rooms. And I think that became Yahoo later. And that was... Well, I just remember that from when... The very first time I ever went on the internet is when I transferred to UCLA. And everybody had access to the computer labs that were all hooked up with high-speed internet. And so that was my very first experience using the internet at all. And I thought it was super cool. I used to spend like... I'd be on campus, like the library closed at like 10 or midnight or whatever, but there were certain computer labs like in weird places, like in the sciences portion of campus. Like I think it was in somewhere in some weird back, it's like the back alley secret end of the mathematics building. There was this lab that was almost like a speakeasy. Like you would never have found it if people didn't direct you to it. Like, oh, you heard there's this one computer lab that's open 24 hours. And it's like, what? Are you serious? Yeah. It's a weird, like, it's crazy. It was like, you had to go and like in some industrial entrance to some building and then take this elevator up to some random floor, and then you'd go out and there's like a little patio outside. You'd walk along that, and then there was this door, said computer lab, 24 hours a day. So just shit like going in chat rooms, like trying to meet girls. I thought that shit was incredible. Be up till 3 in the morning in the internet chat room. BBS chat. It worked too. I met a bunch of girls through those chat rooms. So there's a reason I kept coming back and staying up all night. So it's like finally a weird introverted goofus like me, I could find people. My first impression that I make on them is based on my writing, which I always felt really good at communicating and writing. By the time they figure out what a dweeb I am, it's too late. Yep, the good old days. All right, I think I've found everything that there is to find here. I keep thinking like, yeah, if I just keep going around, I'm going to find something cool. All right, let's make sure we're not going to run into any asteroids, and then we will continue in our little hyperspace-ish journey. It's never too late. No means no. What does that mean? Oh, no, they were never like... Yeah, it wasn't that... I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like... They already kind of liked me by the time they figure out what a dweeb I was.
They're still locked in transit.
Whatever that means.
G&B takes inventory of their shipments before distributing them to the stations proper. That gives me time to look for the medical pod.
And security?
Don't worry, it won't detect me if I manage to avoid the scanning beams.
Oh my gosh.
And those can be tampered with by hacking the terminal itself.
I feel like I'm getting involved in an intricate little plot here. All right.
I scanned 3 candidates for where they might carry their medical equipment.
How are they not seeing me? It's not like I have a cloaking device. I mean, they're... Alright, cargo drone. Here's the cargo scanner. Probably just took them on my boat. Because they'd never say no, right, Brad? Is that the point? They never say no because of the implication.
Let's slow things down a bit. This should give me a few seconds. Of socks. Great.
All right, looks like I can I just do this again. All right, open. All right, I won't lie, this is kind of an interesting mission. And wait, this other one was just sitting here? Can I just open this one? These are cargo drones. That's why nobody's paying me any mind. Alright. Took the newest COVID shot and your body's aching. Yeah, I want to get the new shot before we go on our... We're going to be, spending a lot of hours on a plane next month. I was already talking to a man about that today, saying we need to find a weekend where I can afford to just be sick. Because every time I've gotten a COVID shot, I've just been, like, out of commission for 2 to 3 days. So, sorry you're not feeling well. I'll be going through it soon myself. But yeah, I definitely want a little, like, before we get packed in with a bunch of strangers on a plane for 8 hours or however long it's going to be. Oh, there's specific ones I'm supposed to be looking at. Seeds.
Come on, where do you keep the meds?
Can I hack from this side? I mean, as long as I'm able to get into all these guys, I might as well keep hacking and dip into all of them. You always get some symptoms, but nothing too bad. You make sure not to take them. You make sure not to take the flu and cold together. Yeah, last year. And so yeah, I've when given the option, I've done them both at the same time. But the way I figure it is I'm gonna get the COVID one's gonna mess me up anyways. I know that it's going to, so I might as well just get it all over with. Just count the weekend as a loss. Ooh. Eh.
Some random tech. Why not?
Yeah. All right. It's a little bit stressful. Still get symptoms. All right. Yeah, the flu shot, normally I wouldn't get, like, illness symptoms historically. Usually my arm might get really sore, but that was about it. I wouldn't feel like I was actually sick. For a couple of those COVID shots, like, I got, like, violent chills like I've never had before, almost.
Please enter authorization for medical equipment.
Oh, shit.
Great. Dax?
Yeah?
I just found the med pod, but for some reason it's under higher security. Do we have lock breakers in our hangar? If I can get this thing to base, I might be able to crack it.
We may have something, but how are you planning to move an entire pod through supralight?
I am not. That it will do all by itself. Just have to get my hands on that main server.
All right, but first I'm gonna steal from the other two ships. All right, one more. Out of there. Okay. The COVID one is probably similar to the flu shot, where they give you a small amount of the flu. I mean, yeah, that's how vaccines in generally. That's the science of vaccines. They give you what is considered to be like an inactive dose, but it's enough. It's enough to make your body respond to it as if it's the virus. And you're feeling sick is actually the symptoms of your body, what your body's immune response does to fight off the virus. So you're actually not getting attacked by the virus itself. It's not replicating or doing what viruses do. And it's in general, when you feel sick, it's the symptoms are caused by your body fighting off the virus. That is not how COVID vaccines work, then I'm not aware of how they work then. I know that it's a different type of virus, it's a different virus architecture, but I assume that the science of virus, of vaccines remains somewhat consistent. But obviously I'm incorrect, because I feel like, Brad, I feel like you're not just some random internet dude that like that says weird shit. So either I knew that once and I forgot, or I never knew it. I just assumed. I knew it was a different type of virus, but I thought it was still the same basic principles of virus science or immunology science applied. mRNA basically instructs your body on how to build a specific protein found in COVID. Oh shit, what was that? Okay, maybe what the fuck am I doing? Freelance cargo carrier, hack distribution terminal.
Let's see if my old signature will do the trick.
Because I used to work for this company until shit went sideways.
I'm in.
Forcing coordinate override. Override successful. Distributing to Rhodia 2. Shipment compromised. Initiate lockdown. Redistributing remaining cargo to mining outposts.
Scrap. Hey, what's going on?
Oh boy.
Better get out of here. Tell me what's happening.
No time. Gotta make a quick jump.
All right, I'm gonna catch up with Brad's Tech Corner over here. mRNA basically instructs your body how to build specific protein found in COVID, so there aren't any full viruses anywhere in the process. So you can trigger immune response. So I definitely need to look more into this to really understand how that all works, because I know that the viruses are geared specifically to certain strains of COVID. And was they reverse engineer it based on the actual virus, but then they don't inject you with the virus? Again, this might be getting on like too far down the rabbit hole for me to like absorb in a quick conversation without like re-examining my understanding of vaccine tech. It sounds like, at the very least, that the one fundamental principle is similar, is that it teaches your body how to respond. It teaches your body's immune response how to respond appropriately to COVID, and that's why you still feel like shit when you take the virus, because it's responding to something else. When you say it's teaching your body how to make proteins, that's the immune response, right? Your arm felt sore and then tired and worn out. Your body's aching. Yep.
I think I shook him.
Your pod just arrived.
Perfect.
Get your ass back here ASAP. You and me need to have a word.
Your body produces the protein, and the protein, so your own body produces the protein, which then provokes your own body's immune response. Okay, yeah, see, this is like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I am saying, like, this is not on my radar at all, how it worked. Which, you know, that's fine. I don't know, I don't claim to be an expert. I don't know everything about everything. I knew that these were different, and I knew that the vaccine technology was different, but I didn't understand how it was different. All right, back to my home base. Oh, is this specifically for mRNA viruses? Or like as a flu shot, and do all vaccines work the same way now? Because I thought this was specific for this type of virus. There's only so deep you can dive. Okay, story time.
What the hell were you thinking? You know we're trying to keep a low profile. How did you reroute this thing anyway?
With my G&B signature. Look, I had to do something for Ben. It'll be fine. You'll see.
I'm not happy about this at all. Let's see what you got then.
There's a whole medical lab in here. We can strip it for parts and ditch the vessel somewhere after.
Well... looks like you've gone and stolen yourself a doctor.
Oh, shit. There's your medical supply right there.
This needs off my base now, before she wakes up. Eject that thing.
Hey, hold on. What were you saying to me earlier about trusting a little?
Trust is something hard to come by in the DMZ. Don't abuse it.
How are you so sure she'll turn us in?
'Cause she's GNB. She'll reveal our location first chance she gets.
She's a doctor. We can persuade her to help us. For Ben's sake.
Well, you are a clone. I shouldn't expect you to understand human behavior.
That's cold.
Let's think about this. We thaw her out and have her decide. If she won't help us, we freeze her again and drop her off near some G&B outpost.
You don't understand what's at stake. Why I needed to come back here. That medical popsicle could jeopardize everything.
Well, if there's more to this, then you need to tell me what it is.
There's something of great value in the DMZ. It's the reason I've been waiting all these years. One big, easy job. It could be my ticket out of here. And yours too, if you could just play along.
Well, I'm intrigued.
Come on up to the control room, and I'll explain. I got a transmission through to my colleague, Maddox. He's on Prescott Starbase, in the Union system, but I can't use the jump gate. You could help me with this.
And that's where this mysterious job is?
Not quite. Like I said, it's where Maddox is. There are others involved, and I can't do the job without them.
Look, who are these colleagues of yours? And what is this job anyway?
All you need to know right now is that it's a time-sensitive operation, and it'll be worth your while.
Okay. So you want to use the jump gate?
Exactly. And your GMB signature can get me through. Look, I know you want to know more, but it's too dangerous. I like you, and I'm offering you the biggest opportunity of your life. And I'm willing to go along with your plan with the ice nurse in the hangar, up to a point. If she proves difficult, I want her out in the vacuum. Find me a way to Prescott Starbase, and you'll get your ticket out of the DMZ.
I don't trust that they're done talking yet.
Thanks to the new scanner, we can now reach far deeper into the system. I just had it scan the vicinity of Nerea. This is what came up.
Good old Grady and Brunt.
Maybe you could snatch us some spare jump keys from your old buddies.
I can't head back to my former station, but maybe Nephthys planes could work.
If they don't recognize your signature as the one that just raided their distribution port.
You're giving their databases too much credit. Some weeks ago, a controller sold out his entire team to scavengers. And when I left, he was still listed as Employee of the Month.
All right. But before you go, you need to promise me one thing.
What's that?
If you can't get the keys, come back here and we'll figure out something else. Just don't bring back an entire team of Frozen Gate engineers.
That's fair. All right. Now, I'm going to catch up with the last several bits of chat. Vaccine is mRNA. COVID isn't particularly special. I thought coronaviruses are different than flu viruses, and they're notoriously difficult for standard vaccine techniques to work against, which is why they basically had to invent this new way of vaccinating, specifically to the viruses. Okay, so I thought mRNA was like I thought that was something about the coronavirus, like a characteristic of it, but this is the tech to fight the coronavirus. And so they've still been using the old method. Did I describe the old method right? Where they take some dead virus and they basically find a way to inject it safely so your body fights off the actual virus in your system, a non-replicating dead virus. And that they're now going to be using the mRNA technique for the flu as well. Flu and COVID are both viruses, but they aren't the same. Right, they're way different, and I think the coronaviruses are much smaller, and they're probably why they're a lot harder to work with. It's the same way as there are a lot of things that are viruses. Like AIDS is a virus, HIV rather. HIV is a virus, but it's a world different than the flu, right? And they've been trying to figure out a way to to fight it and immunize forever, and they still they've made advances, but it's like, and COVID and these viruses are the same. It's SARS, like SARS from it's the same thing of like SARS from 20 years ago, whatever. It's a different strain of that. Is a different type of virus, like altogether from the flu. Although I have been hearing, I don't know if this is a particular strain of misinformation that's going around, but I have recently heard people from a certain political bent saying, oh, well, no, coronavirus is just a flu. And I have proof. It's like, whatever. I feel like that's just a misinformation talking point. Well, it is, because I know it's not I know it's different. But I just don't know why that would be advantageous to mislead people that way. I guess to be downplay, so people can keep downplaying that it's anything other than what we've been dealing with. And like the whole fact that COVID's any different than the flu is a giant conspiracy. Oh yeah, they call it COVID-19 because 19 was just the year that it was discovered. But yeah, the SARS. When it was SARS, that was. I mean, it's SARS-CoV, right? So it's the same. It's the same like family as SARS was 20 years ago. Which they were making a big deal about SARS, but it never really took off. When SARS happened 20 years ago, it never really took off. Conventional vaccines for COVID-2. Johnson & Johnson was conventional. Okay. But it's been discontinued. You took Moderna. Yeah, it's Moderna and Pfizer are the two big ones. And I think those are both built on the mRNA stuff, right? The properties of viruses are real different. I think that's real sciencey. Yeah, I know a couple times. One time I got chills, like really violently bad chills. But I know enough now to know that I'm not someone that takes these things and barely feels anything. So hang in there, Evie. I still need to look at a damn calendar. Like I literally have to plan what weekend before our trip can I afford to just be out of commission. I think not this weekend, not next weekend, maybe the weekend after that. How do you plan to be sick? It's essentially what I'm doing. Because for me, that's what it is. I'm out of commission for 2 to 3 days. That's just what happens. Oh, I guess I've got potentially 3 weekends, or probably sooner the better. So I'm thinking the weekend, like Friday the 20th. Maybe I schedule like after work to go get my COVID shot, and then I'll just spend that weekend being ill. Good times. Yeah, the flu and coronaviruses are pretty different. Yeah, all I said was something to the effect of like, I think the coronaviruses are really small in comparison, like they're much tinier, which makes them harder to work with in the same way you'd work with other viruses, but the way that we develop vaccines for them. But I know a lot of times the way they describe things is just sort of a representative, like it's almost metaphorical for what it is. Like when you see atoms, like they have representatives of what atoms look like, but they're not necessarily really what atoms look like. It's just like a way for you to envision them. All right. I get to choose another perk. Repairs. Can I just choose whatever perk I want? Oh. Receive 25% reduced damage while boosting. Okay. Instead of taking lethal damage, a shield deploys that grants invisibility for 10 seconds. A shield must be docked to make the shield available again after use. That's kind of cool. The thing is that only takes effect if you're going to be killed. Whereas the 25% damage reduction, well, it's only while you're boosting, which is a very small percentage of the time. Killing an enemy instantly triggers your shield recharge. That's actually pretty good, too. All these are pretty good. I'm going to do the close call one. So cruise drive, repairs. Not that worried about hull repairs yet. Tractor beam. Allows you to pull multiple objects at once. I like that. Oh, I think I need a bunch of resources for these that I probably don't have yet. No, this one especially. I need 130. I only have 39. All right, I'll wait till I have more resources on those. Started playing Dead Island on your Steam Deck. It's pretty cool. Ah, nice. Yeah, I played. I beat Dead Island. Whenever 2012, whenever it was it came out, the original version. But I think they've done like remasters and all this stuff since then. I liked Dead Island. I liked that game a lot when it came out. Hangar. Okay, we're gonna do some repairs. Gonna restock our shit. Let's look at all the shit that I got. Shield capacitor. Rockets. Don't care for that. Energy injector, we'll put that on the pile. A damage booster, I'll install that if I ever remember to use it. That up there? No. Alright, I'm just gonna dismantle some of this stuff. For crafting. Got Dead Island Riptide for free on Steam not long ago. I bought Dead Island Riptide. It's like close to within a year or two of it coming out, but for some reason it ran like garbage on my PC at the time, and so I never got past the first few minutes, and then I've never revisited it since then. I feel like the reception of it was like, eh. A lot of times if I start playing a game that's I mean, the thing is, I really liked the first Dead Island, so I was like ready to sign up for more, even if it was not the best experience. But I think the fact that I tried to play it and it didn't work out well for me sort of clinched it for me. Crafting. Perks. Are there any lesser perks that I can maybe afford to do now, though? The cruise drive I did. I could do this one now. Reduces cruise delay. What about the repairs? I may actually need to invest in better equipment rather than these perks. And I think before I go running off to the next little quadrant of this solar system, I may need to do some there's a shop here. I'm gonna see what the prices are. I have a lot of goods that I picked up on that last mission. So let's see. Well, I really found the roundabout way to get lined up with this thing. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. Outer rim. And then I can check out any random signals along the way. Ooh, an undiscovered site? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna check that out. Since I'm in this neck of the woods. I could always use a little more, whoa, alright. And these are GMB fighters. Nice, I take it.
Status unchanged.
Find the hidden stash. All those blinking red things are mines. Gotta be careful not to drive into those things. If there's a hidden stash, I'm gonna guess it's probably tucked away in this thing somewhere. Oh, I'm seeing all sorts of stuff to loot over here. I mean, just random debris, but some of it's worth money. Let's see, a little bit of container, a little container over here. Scrap metal. Just poke my head in here. Oh, hold on. Not seeing anything. Here, can I switch to a... No, whoops. There we go, bulletproof container. Alright, hold on. I think this is a better gun than what I'm using. Something said challenge accepted. Was that just the thing that I just... Ooh, this is an upgrade too. Alright. We'll dismantle that. Dismantle this. Dismantle that. Ooh.
Seems like I found everything here.
I hope there's no mines sitting right outside this thing. I know I did see some other stuff floating out here. I think I'm gonna... It's right here? Yes, scrap metal. Got a tractor beam for that shit. Alright, whoop, okay, hold on. They say I got everything. They probably just meant whatever specific special thing there was to loot, because there's probably more goodies around here, and I've seen some bad guys coming in. Those GMB fighters appear to have left the system, so now it's just me. They're pretty weak. Alright. A little EMP thing on them. No more loots. Alright, I did pick up an iron deposit over there. Go. It'd probably be more immersive to play in like in this, but half the screen you can't see, so, you know. Usually I'll switch between this if I'm doing some like tight indoor maneuvers. But I think the game was clearly meant for you to play in this third-person perspective. I think the first game was all in first person. I can't remember now. Maybe just because I played it in first person. All right, I think there isn't anything else in the system. All right. And this wasn't even a mission objective. Oh. This is just me heading to this the outer rim because there's a trade ship out there.
Even Cedo never fails to impress me.
Just slip on by all those guys. I'm not here to save the world from pirates. I'm just here to... I assume I'm way far away from them all now. 11 km, 5 km. Oh, yeah. There's one group that's a little bit close. This is a system that I've already gone through and picked at. I think some stuff respawns randomly sometimes, like mineral deposits and stuff, but the only reason I know that there's a trader here is because I visited them before. All right, we'll check the old shop. See if anything. This I'm gonna hold on to. This lets you know whether the price they're offering here is good or bad. You know, the mining equipment is actually pretty good. Everything else I'm probably gonna hold on to. Maybe when I get to the other quadrant. Alright, well, let's do it. How many of y'all wishing I was playing Planet Crafter tonight instead of this? Ooh, an just exploring space. It is space exploration. You missed the cock game. I know. It's probably all the discussion that arose around the cock game. Oh, hello. What is all of this nastiness?
That is That's just what I need.
Take out the targets. Who's close? 3.5 km. Going from office to home. All right, Brad. We'll see you in a bit. .1, 2.3. This one's the next on our list. .3, 2.6. All right, I think oh, this one.
No activity.
I think this one's on the other side of the asteroid. Oh, and it looks like we've got some help. Uh-oh. .5. This guy's closing in a little bit. Uh-oh. Oh, that's starship defenses. All right. Yeah, I think that's what got me before. When that guy blew up, a bunch of things popped out and blew up after I took him down. What is that? All right, let's come double back here. Pick up the debris from the ones I already took out. A rapid scatter gun, you say?
Enemies in range.
All right, let's see what I just picked up here. Kinetic. 41. Make a good secondary weapon. Actually, this can make a good primary weapon. Oh, range is 550. Okay. So this gun I just picked up is almost like a shotgun. Like, it's better than this other gun, but it only works at close range. It's 550 meters, and the main gun I've been using is 2,000 meters. Significant difference. You're still freezing. I'm sorry to hear that, Evie. I don't mean to, make it worse for you, but my suspicion is you will continue to feel bad for probably the rest of the evening. It may get, you may warm yourself up, but I remember when I had it, like, I wrapped myself in so many layers, and it didn't matter. I was fucking just cold. And I was wearing a heavy coat and wrapped up in blankets, and I kept throwing out more layers, and nothing was doing anything. All right, let's get this tractor beam on that. I fully expect something else in here is going to start shooting at me again. Okay, nothing in there. Something in this structure over here is pinging me. Let's see if I can go. Ah, looks like I can go in through the end. There it is. What is this? It's like a ghostly box. A cloaked container. Mines and ramen. I don't like mines, so I don't use them.
Nothing more to do here. Next.
Nothing more to do. Yes. Nothing more to find. We'll do a quick flyby of that other, the big asteroid over there. Yep. There's a mineral deposit right there. Or maybe I'll use my new gun. Oh. It is like a shotgun. Interesting. You hope you feel... Oh, okay. Enough to go to Beetlejuice after work tomorrow? That's right. A lot of people are really excited about that. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't know. How have you been? Do you remember how you've been in the past with vaccines? Are you usually okay by the next day? Because I've had a personally fairly consistent response, which is I take the vaccine and I feel kind of like shit for 2 days. Usually it feels worse on the second day. The first day that I get it, I normally don't even feel that bad. Plasma off of that. All right. I think we have seen everything there is to see here. You can't remember. Huh, all right. That's fair. There we are. This is a long jump all the way across here.
Well, G&B, can't say that I missed you.
Oh, is this a surface of the planet mission? I haven't done one of those yet.
Nifty Station is under attack.
Main hub? Come in, main hub. We are in a bit of a pickle here. Please send... Oh, who am I kidding?
But these guys are all tough.
We're doing this alone, people.
Hey, need help?
Oh, thanks, Sol. Reinforcements. And just in the nick of time, these scoundrels are pummeling us.
All right, here we go.
Steady now, Dennings. Take aim before you... Ah, yes, that's much better. bags of crisps to whomever gets me that scout.
Wow, dude.
And a bottle of port. Can't go wrong with a decent strafe, eh, Agneta? Dennings, aren't you forgetting something? Ah, my mistake. Carry on. Well, fancy that. Bullseye! Excellent shot, Rotty. Sheer brilliance. Keep it up, everyone. There's a fair chance we're going to win this.
Cross another one off.
Got him in my crosshairs.
Oh, sorry. I think I accidentally shot an ally, or a friendly anyways.
Well done, you lot. I can see the sky again. Carry on scouting the perimeter while I have a chat with our visitor. Sir, if you don't mind docking here, I'd like to have a word.
This seems like a nice guy. And hello, Ephemeral Rockstorm. What's up? Aloha. Sure. I'm getting kind of hungry now that I think about it. Same old Thursday night thing. A little tired, a little hungry.
I've never seen outlaws coming this close to G&B turf.
Indeed. Say, you look familiar. You've been here before?
No, I'm a wingman from Alcyone Station. We had a bit of server trouble, so I was ordered to come here and get a fresh batch of jump keys.
So you weren't sent as reinforcement? Oh, those blasted bureaucrats. There is a tandem squad of outlaws at our doorstep, and all management cares about is a fresh batch of jump keys. I'm sorry to inform you, but you were sent on a fool's errand. The only keys we were given are reserved for my own people.
There are none left?
None whatsoever.
Not even if I was to take care of your outlaw problem?
Well, in that case, I might be able to think of something. Before you leave, have a look at our ship loadout. There may be something that catches your eye.
Alright, need a little reload. Alright, go to the desert mine of raiders. Oh, I could buy a new ship? There are a total of 9 different ship classes available with the ship dealers. Each ship comes with a class-dependent ULT and a random set of class-specific passives. Ships don't lose value when you buy them and can always be traded in for a ship of the same tier at nearly no cost. This makes it easy to try out different classes. Find out the one that suits your playstyle best. Okay, so that's cool. So the fact that if you buy a ship, you can sell it back for what you paid for it is makes it a pretty low risk proposition. In addition to medium size let's see, ship classes like your Sentinel, there are also light and heavy ships. Heavy ships can take a beating but are hard to maneuver. Light ships excel at dodging thanks to their incredible speed, but can't take many hits. That does not sound like something I'd be good at. So, and hey, yeah, Ephemeral Rockstorm. I played this on Game Pass a couple of years ago, a little bit. But this is my first time really. I bought it during the Steam has that Explore Space Fest sale going on right now. So it's the cheapest that it's ever been to purchase. So I bought it, and I have been dabbling in it a little bit. This week, I bought 3 or 4 space games, or probably 2 or 3. Now I think about it, because the one I've been playing the most is Planet Crafter, which is not a space game, really, but it's a sci-fi game, and I owned that. I've had that for like a year and a half already, so that wasn't new for me. Are you Are you familiar with Everspace 2, Rockstorm? Rockstorm. Let me see. What do they got here? Ship dealers. Trade-in price. Oh, I can make a profit by buying one of these small guys. Scout, Stinger. A Striker. Yeah, that's a lot less shields. So it looks like, well, I can afford a small ship. I don't think I want to do that. Looks like it's going to be a while. Is this the ship that I already have? I have a Nemesis B91. It's a Nemesis D82. So it's like the same... It's the same, like, class of ship, more or less. This one's just a little bit better. A lot better, actually, now that I look at the stats. Because I don't want a ship that's less durable. I don't care if it's faster or more maneuverable. I don't think my forte, my skill set is not in being agile pilot. It's being in a pilot whose guns are bigger than yours. I think that's where my advantage lies. Not Everspace, no. You've played a little bit of the first Elite Dangerous. The first Elite Dangerous? Like from the 80s? Because Elite Dangerous, now that I think about it, is it Elite Dangerous 2? Is the big one? Is the one that's out now? It was a sequel to the 80s one. I agree. I found it difficult, Rockstorm, and I also found like the gameplay loop was a little bit like it didn't hook me because I think it was too sandboxy. It's literally just like where there's no story or anything. It's just there are things to do. You go mining, fighting NPC pirates. Maybe there's like player versus player, which I also don't like. I don't like doing that either. So there wasn't. Once I got past the fact that I was impressed with the flight, I thought the flight model was very good. I thought the graphics were very good. I thought it was a very good space sim. It just, when it came to what you actually do in the sim, wasn't like, I don't know. There wasn't enough for me to grab onto for myself. Not sure. I'm trying to think. Do they actually call it Elite Dangerous 2? Because now that I think about it, I'm not used to it being called 2, but I thought when it first released it was Elite Dangerous. It just says Elite Dangerous. Maybe it was just called Elite. I think maybe the original game was just called Elite. All right. Yeah, I was always impressed with it, and I always thought, like, I should try harder to get into it, but... probably the space sim-ish type game that I've played the most has been the X series. The current iteration is X4. But that one's got a vertical learning curve, and it's a little bit rough around the edges. Like, the interface and controls are really hard to, like, figure out. It's a really complex game. But it's the one that I probably get sucked into the most when I play games like this. Well, this is a whole different, it's more like an arcade shooter, open world RPG, which is a cool combination of things. You may have Elite Dangerous and Everspace mixed up. Yeah, the first Everspace was a lot like this, the way that the space portions are, like where you're actually the place where I was fighting and looking around for loot and stuff. But it was a procedurally generated like a roguelike. So they'd randomly generate, level 1, level 2, level 3. Each one would be harder than the one before it until you die, and then you'd start over, but you'd like accumulate perks and money that you could then invest and be stronger in your next run. So they took the same skeleton of like, well, what if we had the same sort of things that you did in these levels, but they were hand designed, they weren't randomly generated, and it was a persistent universe that you could explore. That's what this is. Which the funny thing is when I liked Everspace, but the idea of just playing until it gets so hard that you die over and over again, like the whole roguelike formula sometimes is a little punishing for me, like a little demoralizing. And I remember playing Everspace thinking, gee, I would really love it if I could, because there was also like a time dynamic, like FTL, where each level, like there was a fleet coming in after you, and each level you only had a certain amount of time before you had to flee. And it's like, gee, if only I could just explore these levels at my leisure, this would be like a super chill exploration game. And then boom, Everspace 2 comes out, and it's exactly what it is. So let's see. So there's no what exactly am I doing from a mission now? All right, so I have to go to a location and fight shit, apparently.
Did my tech advisor transfer data concerning 2 nearby mines, each harboring about half a dozen rapscallions?
Got it. Just leave it to me.
Rapscallions?
Godspeed.
The first Everspace did not have on-planet missions either, so this is a new thing. It's kind of cool. The first one did sort of have a story that was unfolding too, and this is building off of that. You're still like the same guy. In the first game, you were a clone, and the whole premise was every time you died, you get re-uploaded into a new clone. This one, it's like you're still the clone, but you don't get re-uploaded anymore. Like that part is done. All right, this is it. Just go in here and shoot the baddies. Desert mine, okay. Oh, it's Frontiers, first encounter. Okay, uh-oh, hold on.
Great, a detonator drone. I don't like where this is going.
I think I'm gonna go into first person. I like going in first person for these like sort of tight interior. Oh. Clear the crystal cavern of raiders. So all I'm doing in here is just getting rid of the bad guys. Sneak in here. Ooh, what's that? Magnetic repulsor. Huh. Available on stations only. What did I just get? Base plating? Device upgrades 4. What? I didn't even realize this. Restores 40% of armor taken in the last 12 seconds. Magnetic repulsor pushes the target towards the aim direction. Quantum entangler. Any damage done to the user will also be applied to the target with 40% increased intensity for 14 seconds. Oh, shit. Oh, to the target. That's kind of interesting. But I used that boost. There's like this speed boost. I used that to get away. That quantum entangler, though, sounded kind of cool. I'm going to try that. I like the energized boost. I just realized I have these upgrade points to spend, and I haven't been paying any attention to it. Let's see. When it said desert mine, you were thinking the explosive. Oh, like a mine, like a minefield. Especially after seeing the detonator drone. Hey, Ethan, howdy, howdy. How's it going, man? Happy Thursday. So, energized boost I'm going to keep using. What happens if I upgrade it? Mastery preview. Escape. So it goes up to level 2, so the boost lasts 2 seconds now, and a cooldown is 50 seconds. At level 2, it will go for 2.5 seconds. Let's see what the other ones do. The quantum entangler. Oh, whoops. No, no thank you. Energized boost, please. Yes. See, the one I've been using is the EMP generator. It disables all targets for 6 seconds within 500 meters. What the targets take? Shield damage? Shield surge restores 10% of shields. It's actually pretty good. Compressor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna boost up the energized boost. Ah, I like that too. Oh no. Nice boost. Alright, that's all the upgrades I got. Space game sale. Too bad the new Gundam Breaker 4 only just came out like 2 weeks ago. Hoping. Oh, that's like a big fighter. I think I remember when that came out. It's supposed to be, I think I heard it's pretty good. It looked a little too frantic for me, but, you know. This game it's a little bit too frantic for me. It's a lot of it is not fighting, so. It's still all about fighting, though, mostly. But you know I'm a sucker for a good space game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I just went around in a little bit of a circle here. That's the way I came in. I just... My good lord. Okay. There are a lot of different ways to go in here. Where are they? They're like behind this stuff. All right, there we go. All right, I know you're down there. There we go.
Half a dozen.
Were there little mining nodes next to all these things? No, I don't think so. Okay, so they came from down there. There's also a way to go over here. Oh, is this just the way back out? Okay, I think that's just the way back out. This is very disorienting. But now I feel like I've looked at everything in this one. Oh, now it just says to clear the Crystal Raider. Okay. So I think I've cleared this one out. I have to go to the other one now. What's really cool about it is getting all the different parts to make your own unique Gundam model. Really cool because you love them. Yeah. Neat, man. I'm not that familiar with the franchise, to be honest, but...
This cave is ours now.
Because you killed everyone inside? In that case, shouldn't it be mine now?
It's a blasted vicious circle.
Where's he at?
Let's check the other cave.
Well, there's still a guy right here. I gotta shoot the guy. I can't check the cave till I shoot the guy. Tractor beams. plating. There's some loots. There's some loots for me to pick. And loots on this too. Plating. This must be from the fighting before. I just didn't notice. They dropped goodies for me. Uh-oh.
Looks like they made themselves at home here. Even had time to put up a missile silo.
Wow. Specifically holds nostalgia. You watched the whole show back when you were in high school. Netflix has it. Here it came out that I watched tonight. Well, it seems like you're definitely in the right mind frame for it. You're in the mode. Alright, where's that other one?
I think I got them all.
I think I rammed that at the second one.
In FD station, expect things to be a lot calmer from now on.
Thank you. We are in your debt.
I'm glad I could help. Heading back to your place now.
Well, maybe not right now. I gotta mine some of these ores first. Here's some. Oh, here's some right here. Alright. Well, this one was a lot simpler than the other one. Alright, nobody waiting to ambush me as I come out of this one?
So, about those keys.
This is highly unofficial, but there is a decommissioned jump gate at the Charybdis junkyard that may contain old key signatures.
I was hoping for a more straightforward solution.
It is indeed a dubious solution, but for a dubious character. You see, while you were gone, I ran a background check. Your name is Alan Roslin. You are a fugitive sought by the Colonial Fleet.
Uh-oh.
Scrap. Didn't expect a G&B officer to be so diligent.
Well, we have a bit of time on our hands out here. I also learned that you were a wingman assigned to Craig Callahan's squad. A wingman who apparently died defending a doomed engineer.
Just because Callahan abandoned him didn't make him doomed.
And that is precisely why I am helping you. Because in management's eyes, we too are a lost cause. The yields in Ceto are drying up. Director Blakemore is making more profit from our life insurance than from what we actually mine. Everyone should get out while they can.
I'll search the junk's gate for those key signatures then.
At Charybdis Bowl, yes. And should you require some additional funds, we have a few assignments on the job board.
Sounds good. Thanks, and good luck.
Likewise, Mr. Roslin. Out here, we all need it.
Alright. Let's see. Netflix has a newer dub they did for a remaster. You just found out an episode you watched earlier. Not all the lines are dubbed. They just put the subtitles for instance. Huh. You were liking the dub before you found that out. Uh-oh. Officer Shaw, such a cliche name. Is it? You sure you've seen it before? I'm not familiar with Yeah, I mean Shaw is a name I've heard before, but specifically associated with an officer. All right, we'll restock my my high-capacity homing missiles. Yeah, purchase that. Can I upgrade some shit? Let me see. We're gonna modify my calibrated coil gun. Can I increase the level? Not available. Why not? This is a gun I just got, isn't it? Oh no, this is the one I've been using for a while. I think I already upgraded it. What did I get that's new? Decimator. Wait a minute. Inventory, ship. Inventory. Gonna recycle that. Ooh. Ooh, this one's better. Gonna recycle this. Sensors. Exactly what I've got ready. Gonna recycle. Oh, 316. Okay, now I'm gonna sell those. That's a pretty penny. Gonna recycle these though. The decimator. Oh, there's the problem. 1200 range. It's not very good. I'll show you feel really bad. You think you need to go to bed. Nothing is helping you warm up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Evie, sometimes when it's that bad, you just need to ride it out. And if you can go to sleep, that's the best way to get through it. So you don't have to be experiencing it. So I hope you wake up recovered and that you could still have a good, you get through work and see Beetlejuice tomorrow. Definitely not Everspace. Yeah, it could be. I want to say maybe like in Band of Brothers or some World War II thing. There was a Officer Shaw. I don't know. I've seen so many war movies, but for some reason I'm thinking I heard about an Officer Shaw. Maybe an Officer Shaw in like a World War II movie. Okay. So let's see what the crafting situation is then. We're gonna modify. Increase level, and this one I think has already been increased. Modify. Decimator. Alright, I don't think it's worth upgrading any of those. Can I upgrade the homing missiles? Increase level. Yes! I'm gonna upgrade my homing missiles. All right, they do a little more damage now. That's good. What about increased rarity? Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? All right. Can I upgrade my shields? No, I think I already did that. Increases cargo slots, huh? What about my plating? Can I upgrade my plating? No. I feel like I have to learn too much about this game. Like, I'm like, oh wait, I'm streaming, aren't I? There's people watching me. I'm just like, what's all this? All right. I think this is a kind of like shit I gotta delve into though. At some point in the game, maybe not on stream. There's an Officer Danny Shaw Need for Speed Heat. I haven't played that one. Install catalyst. I don't have any catalysts. All right, now we're just gonna get out of this thing. I could afford this thing right now. I think I'm gonna do this. Just upgrade my general repair perk.
Useful.
That's this guy's like my companion's perks. I hope the story doesn't change and he's like, I invest all this shit into getting perks based on him being my backup, and then we get in some fight. You know, I'm not your friend anymore. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, all those perks I invested in, remember that? I'm getting perks, Brad. And I cleared the mines. You missed a lot. And now I need to do something. I'm trying to get some like keys, some space teleporter keys or something. Some sci-fi shit. Thanks, Brad. I don't think you would have been too impressed if you actually saw me doing it. It's very bitchy the way I did it. Alright, I think we actually need to go off-world. Oh, you like it when I go bitch mode. Alright, well I did some definite bitch mode. Well, what's the undiscovered site? I want to go to the undiscovered site. It's right here. Oh, hello. Oh. A refinery, you say?
Anything to report?
A hardened ore patch. Ooh, looks like these guys are fighting the, alright. Definitely, this is Bitch Tactics 101. Always join in a fight where your enemy's outgunned. Oh, hello. Mystery for the end of time. That and the lady who yells Walter. You're constantly reminded from some tomato juice. Something you sell at work. A lady that yells Walter. Huh. I'm not sure. All I can think of is if you ever watched Big Bang Theory, there's the guy's mom always go, Harold! Looks like you still get this month's choice, not that you care. I think there's some stuff on there that you might potentially like, Brad. Let's see, can I mine this stuff? What about if I shoot a rocket at it? It's a hardened ore patch. I think I'm just wasting resources by using my missiles on that. A rigged asteroid. Ooh, okay. I've done one of these before. It's kind of tricky. It's like a little mini game. You have, each time you hit one of these things, it starts like a 3-second timer. And each time you hit another one, it resets the timer. And you have to get all of them. Up, 2, 3, 4. Up, there's one more. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. I missed it. All right, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's get the hell out of Dodge. All right. I did it. I hope whoever runs this mining operation doesn't mind that I just blew a bunch of shit up very violently. That was pretty satisfying. It should have attacked when I failed. Wait, it says mine. Oh, mine's like that I can grab. I was like, this is a mining operation, but I can't put the whole thing in my cargo hold. Alright, there's a freighter there. Didn't seem to give a shit about what I just did. Oh, can I go down in this little hole? I've even lost track of what the fuck I'm even doing in this place in the first place. I'm just like, oh, a hole. I can go in this hole now. I can just barely fit in this hole. What am I doing here? I don't know. There's a hole. Probably gonna turn out to be part of the mission. All right. Well, or just a bonus that I discovered, because there's definitely shit to mine. What did I get? Still some of it left? There we go. And there's another one here. I'm just going to use my other thing. There we go. Any other mines in here I can... Ooh, there's this thing. Bulletproof container. Yeah. Take some of this. A reflecting panel. Ooh, can I use the reflecting panel to redirect the lasers onto other things? I don't even know if there's a... this is part of the mission, but I feel like screwing with this. Hold to extend and then... I don't think there's anything for me to reflect in here. How the hell do I get out of here is the thing. There we go. I'm gonna take it outside. Because there's some definite beams outside. So if I hold it, what happens? Oh, hold on. I want to see if I can bounce this thing off to that that hardened ore patch. This is my master plan. All right. Oh, there we go. Yeah! That's exactly what I wanted to happen there.
A new mainframe component? Nice.
That had nothing to do with my mission here, I don't think, but pleased me quite a bit. I did it. Alright, so what the hell am I doing here again? I need to find the jump gate. Alright, well first, this is a mining operation, and there's definitely more ores for me to check out. What was this? Alright, maybe I'll use that for something else later. That was the objective? Eat the reflective panel. I eat it using the chompers of my imagination. Well, it definitely appears that I no longer have an objective here. So maybe that was. I was not entirely sure exactly what I was doing here, except that the guy said if I came here, I could find some of the warp gate keys. But I very clearly have another objective here, so I'm just going to go for it. Oh, was this a random site? Now I can't even remember what the hell I was doing. This was not a main story mission. This was just a random site. Okay. I forgot that... I totally forgot that this is just like a random location.
Let's find the gate and those signatures.
All right. So just like this, it's just this whole big area, and I gotta just find some shit. The objective you saw was to mine the reinforced ore or whatever, and it was marked. The thing is I forgot that that wasn't a story mission, and that it was just a random. So I wasn't even paying attention. I just assumed it like I was supposed to be looking for something for the story mission. But yeah, if I had been paying closer attention, I think you're 100% right. Got work in 12 and a half hours. About bedtime. All right. All right, Rockstorm. You have a good night. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, there looks like... Oh, there's a hole! One thing I have learned in this game is if there's a hole, you go into it. Valuable shipwreck. What? Nanotransmitter. A mainframe component. Let's see, inventory. Can I combine these now? R. Got a mainframe expansion. Oh, and I can use it on one of these things. Resistance, expertise, shield damage reduction, booster +8, cargo +7, increases energy damage of the installed devices. I think expertise for just a general boost to my shields. It's a good thing. Here we go. Good times. Smell that. Whoop. No, destroy. No. This is Decimator. I don't think we're gonna use. Pulse laser. We're not gonna use. All right. Oh wait, didn't I get I guess that upgrade thing was the main thing that I got. So it's looking like this entire hole was basically just hiding that valuable ship to loot. This is kind of a good example of like the exploration done right, because the mission didn't necessitate that I come over here, and you really had to poke your head into that thing to realize there was a hole that you could fly into. And it's not like this map is small. Of course, there was like a flare sort of drawing your attention to it. Oh, there's definitely some stuff going on with this thing. I know the main attraction is over here to the right. Some definite, like, machinery firing off down here. Oh, okay. Hello? Alright. Before we rush...
How worthless something has become. There'll always be someone willing to kill for it.
Alright, just want to make sure there's nothing big going on behind me. Can I stop the door from opening and closing somehow? I probably just gotta bite the bullet and go through. It's definitely something over in that corner over there. A container. A thermo gun. I'm just not that impressed with it. I was kind of hoping it would make all the other doors open. Oh wait, now it's not opening at all. There we go. Oh, hello, hello. No, 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 no. Has the game gotten louder? I feel like the game has gotten a little louder. I turned it up during a dialogue scene. Alright, so again, that was, did not appear to be mission critical. It was just a thing to discover. Was it totally drowning me out? Like, I was sitting here and all you heard was... Cha-chung! Cha-chung! Everyone's like, what? What's Game and Lawyer saying? All I can hear is the cha-chunk. Let's poke our little heads in here. Nope, nothing there. Anything? There's definitely something glowy and bright up at the top of this hill. And there's some points of interest out that way as well. I wonder if there's a day-night cycle. Like, is the sun actually going down? That would surprise me if that were the case. All right. Well, I don't mind mining some ore. Sorry, look at this thing. This looks like a chunky sort of thing that might have a thing in it. Ah, there is something over here. There's a container down there. Anything good? I feel like there should be something in here, though. Surprisingly not. All right. How do I get? There's a container. How do I get to it? I guess I just gotta poke my little nose. There we go. Nope, what I got is better. Copper ore. I'm gonna go ahead and dismantle this one. And we'll get the copper ore. Back carefully out. Oh, hello. Okay. See, this is sort of my pace, you know? Just poking around some ruins. Not getting shot at all the time. This is kind of cool. This is pretty chill. Alright, this definitely looks like there's something important to find. Or at least something to find. There's a container. Just got some money. Where's the blue glow coming from in here? Same place as the music. I don't think there's anything else in this little spot. This big doohickey looks like it's gonna have something special going on. There we go. A jump gate module. Is this the thing I'm looking for? Oh, just scrap metal. Never mind.
Just junk? Guess someone beat me to it. Great. Now what? Huh? A jump suppressor. Where did that come from?
Find and deactivate the jump suppressor.
Now, how to find a single suppressor in this junk?
I just keep doing what I was already doing. Just poking my nose into every little nook and cranny that I can find. Looking for treasures. Gonna need to find a shop soon that offloads some of these goods. Ooh, this looks like something I could fly into. Oh, it's not. There's definitely something to fly into here. Oh, is there a shop over here? This looks like a, this looks like a store. And yeah, I'm aware. It looks like I can go down here. It's the Charybdis recycling plant. Let's see what they got. We build it, you finish it. Oh, maybe this isn't a business I can go to. No, apparently not. Maybe this is like a junked... This could be like a junked merchant vessel. I guess this would be a pretty weird place for a store. Like a ship graveyard. Oh wait, what's that? Was that a thing? Charybdis? Charybdis? I can't remember even how I tried to say it. Is that like a real word or a name or something? Like from real life? Okay, that little light I saw was not a thing. But there was definitely like a little tunnel under here for me to look at. So I'm gonna look at that. Oh yeah, there's definitely stuff in here. Some sort of something in Greek mythology. Okay. Open container. Energy injectors. I think I'm gonna see if I can stack that with the other energy injectors. And there's this. Dark matter. Ooh, that sounds important. Alright, I've got this debris. I know it's debris. I got this debris. Probably useful for something. Oh, just to get it out of the way, so I could find this valuable shipwreck. La-dee-da. So... this is a shield that does... this does massive damage to shields. A sticky turret. Consumable. Sticks to rock surfaces and only fights for you. That's kind of cool. Injector. Damage limiter. Those are all good if I ever remember to use them. Grid 160, 70. I never remember to use any of this stuff. But I think this is very situational. All these things I could use in any combat. So I'm gonna keep those. Except I've only got 1 damage booster and 2 of the... You know what? I'm gonna put those over there. It's a sea monster. All right. Oh. Oh, that was just the debris. The aforementioned debris that I found. All right, so this looks like a thing. Indeed, it is a thing. More scrap metal. I think I can use scrap metal to repair my plate armor. I don't know if that signal detection countdown is something I'm waiting to fill up, or if it's something I need to find the bad thing before it fills up. Could be I'm being a wee bit more leisurely than I should. But I think I'm progressively making my way through all the stuff there is for me to explore. Whoops. Am I seeing something? A hint of something over here? Popping up on the old radar? I don't think so. Ooh, there's a thing. There's a hole for me to go into that I don't think I've been in before. It's always exciting. Wait a minute. Quantum entangler. All right. I was like, hey, it looks like I have a device there that's inactive, but it's just because I have to have someone targeted take effect. Iron and scrap metal. Yes, please. Oh, another valuable shipwreck. Just a big old question mark. It's a ship's appearance module. Okay. A cloak field generator. Huh. And a blaster. Dismantle that. That I'm just gonna take. Cockpit light. Cockpit to light. I think I have to be at a station to do modifications to my ship, but I should check that out. Oh, blueprint for Gauss cannon. Okay. All right, I think I'm done inside this hole. So one quick little turnabout here. It's a little bit disorienting. A lot of games don't give you true, like, 360... Well, what is it? It's not 360 because it's in all 3 dimensions, so it's... Whatever the next, the 720? I don't know what you call it. When you have all three axes of an unrestricted. All I can say is it got a little bit disorienting. Alright, that's where I looked before on the other side of this. I didn't realize there was a hole on top of this thing for me to go into. Speaking of holes for me to go into, what's this? I think I've already looked at this. Did I already look at that blue hole over there? Now I can't remember. Looks like there's a whole bunch of shit over there I haven't looked at. I wouldn't know it's not a 720, but a 180 is where you do a turnaround. 360 is where you have all the but that's still only in a 2D plane. Do they even have an expression for what it's called when you have freedom and all three axes? I just felt like I needed to shoot that. Alright, this really looked like it was going to be a thing. Maybe it still is. Oh yeah, I think it is. It's the whole insidey part. Alright, there's a little container for me to loot. Charge compressor. This is a crafting component. Generator. Is this the thing I need to get rid of? Or maybe... I mean, most situations, it's not a good idea to shoot something before you know what it's for. But in this game, sometimes that's exactly what you need to do. You can talk about degrees that way in 3D space. I mean, there still are degrees occurring. You know, it's like when you're, it's just instead of the dial being one way, there's the dial going the other way, too. And those measurements are still measured in degrees, I think. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've taken the kind of mathematics where something like that might be defined. You can only describe a 2D slice of a 3D space in that way? Okay, that's fair. Oh, what's this? Who's this little fella? I see you there, buddy. Well, this whole structure is definitely suspicious. It does not, however, appear that there is a way inside of it. The fact that that ship is floating around it too makes me think that this is definitely a significant point of interest. I just haven't figured out what to do with it. Oh, this is a whole lot of stuff. Have I been over here before? It's like the same... Was this the same ship I was looking at before? Looks like at least it's maybe the same class of ship. I think this is the thing. No, this is a different thing. The jump suppressor! Oh, I could... Uh-oh.
Someone clearly doesn't want me to leave.
Alright, I feel like Indiana Jones. I just triggered a trap. A space trap. Alright. Probably really bad if one of those things touches me. Alright, we're gonna... Clearly I need to go that way, but we're gonna explore this little chamber first. Alright.
Man, is this some kind of factory gone rogue? I don't really feel like getting processed today.
A generator. Alright. Gotta be careful when I figure out whatever makes that shield go away. What's all this bright stuff? These look like batteries. Batteries that I can't do anything with. Oh, shit! Oh, no. No, I did something with them. Oh, my God. Well, did that make you happy, Brad? Did you see what happened? I shot at something. Remember earlier when I was saying it can be a bad idea in real life to shoot something before you know what it does? I think I just need to add a caveat that sometimes that's what you need to do in this game. But when you do, try not to be right next to it when it happens. Let's see, can I fix that? Plating. That was nearly it for me. It's good. You got some of the green poop out. I certainly did. I mean, I got some, I'm getting some sweet loots out of the deal. Some biomass. More scrap metal. If I can figure out a way to get to it, there's some plasma down there too. There we go. Biomass. Ah, the battery. This probably goes into that other thing that we were just looking at. And that opens this. A shield generator. Can I just blow it up? Okay, hold on. Before I do something rash. Let's make sure. All right, the shield is down. Oh, hello. All right, it's making me very nervous. Ah, I see where I'm going. Just gonna slip through here. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I appear to have escaped the clutches of this place. Gonna ride into the golden sunset. I just escaped the area now, huh?
Please, don't Geo-oo.
Huh? Who is this?
I need your parts.
Right, but so do I. You know, this is a junkyard. Why not look for spares that aren't attached to people?
Computing request. Request accepted. IWWWW will LOOK FF for spares that aren't attached from PPP people.
Nice. The signal's coming from near the jump gate. Maybe that bot knows what happened to the gate's key module.
Probably gonna end up getting shot at. That's all I know. Hey, it's that ship I was at before. Where there was definitely not a shop for me to look at. Now appears to be something to look at.
Welcome to Charybdis Recycling Plant where your garbage is our future. How may I help you?
I'm looking for a jump gate module that can generate new jump keys.
Computing request. Only head management at HQ can generate and activate new key codes. If you are an employee of Grady and Brunt, please direct all code requests to HQ.
HQ? That's not even in this system. You're saying that everyone who isn't part of the company cannot leave Ceto?
Exempt our colonial military off. Off. Turning off all systems.
Wait, what about the military?
Colonial officials may use their military override to access jumping facilities.
A military override, huh?
Pyrrhus. I need PAR. Thank you for having visited Charybdis Recycling Plant. Where your garbage is our future.
Poor guy. But time to head back to Dax.
Alright, well, I can do some repairs. I might as well. How's the old ship doing? Armor's back up. You gonna go with Florence to have some biomass for dinner? That sounds actually pretty good. That sounds good because I'm hungry. Do something rash. Why, you know, I did. It was a little rash. The voice said it just like I did after correction. Now, I'm not saying it because I've already forgotten. Oh, there it is. Charybdis. There we go. I don't trust that AI voice to say anything correctly. I guess we're going back home, huh? Oh, whoops. I didn't even check that there's a shop here.
Affirmative.
to see if any of the shit I've got sells for any good. Field cloak generator. Consumable, 2 out of 3. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Oh, this liquor sells good here. Ramen sells good here. Yeah, I'm gonna sell all of it. Oh, I'm finally making some big monies. Small arms, yes. Oh, no. Solar panels are for shit. Shield breaker missiles. Damage booster. I'm gonna hold on to the damage boosters. I'm gonna hold on to the... Oh, I'm gonna restock the nanobot. Can I do that? There we go. Nothing else here is a good price here. Oh, I'm gonna dismantle that cargo unit. Sounds like you're familiar with the current state of AI, but the game has future AI. There we go. Yeah, that one's kind of busted up, and it sounded an awful lot like if you tell like Microsoft Mike or whatever that voice is that's free with text-to-speech. If you just throw a bunch of letters at it, and it'll be like, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Alright. Can I save the game here? Yes, we'll call it. Override my first main. I think I'm gonna call it here. Back to game. We got a big day tomorrow, and I'm already sleepy and I'm hungry. And I'm not gonna see my Millie move for 3 days. Millie, I'm not gonna see you for 3 days. She doesn't know yet, but I'm already sad. Like, I already want to cuddle her. So at least I'm gonna stop playing the game. What do you think, Millie? How you doing, sweetheart? Really made a mess on my bed with the tree, Millie. She's being a weirdo. We gave her this new kind of treat today. I don't even know what the hell it's called. So some sort of a bully thing. Looked like a big giant burrito made of bully material. She's been chewing on it all afternoon and evening. But the way she's acting now is like she buried it somewhere. She likes burying things in our blankets and pillows and furniture. It's time for a little evidence, a structured approach. I like how you've gotten so little evidence ASA, you know. You've just gotten so familiar with it. Just like, yeah, you know, ASA. So now that you got to see me play some Everspace 2, Brad, do you feel differently about it? Or do you still think it was a terrible game? Or did you ever think it was a terrible game? Your cat and dog are looking at each other, having a nice time. Dog is getting a bit large. It's alarming the cat. She's, I think, pretty much full grown by now. You didn't think much of the game, but you liked me very much. And the music while traveling fast was really great. Okay, so yeah, you know, there's a silver lining there. Did you see the picture that I made for you in Discord, Brad? After the poll closed? It was after they voted in this game. I made a little tribute for Brad, since I knew Brad didn't vote. Anya's larger than many dogs of her breed when full grown. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't think she's gonna get much bigger, but I don't know. Well, I'm kind of curious to see. a lot larger. She should stop growing sometime soon. I feel like every time we look at her, she's bigger. Like, she's officially at that point now where we knew she was getting bigger, but I still thought of her as a puppy, like, physically. She's at a point now, mentally, she's still a puppy, but yeah, she's found her bully burrito, whatever that thing is called. It seems more like a taunt than anything else. Well, it's just like, I knew if you would have voted, this was me being your voice for you, Brad. Although with the Bradron in there, I don't know. I thought it was fun. She's heavy enough that Florence doesn't like picking her up, but Florence kind of hates picking things up in general. Yeah, she's at a point now where lifting her, I'm pretty sure she's between 50 and 60 pounds at this point. I think that's as big as she's supposed to get, or as heavy as she's supposed to get. But yeah, definitely when I'm taking her for walks and she's like sniffing around and doing all this stuff, I'm like, damn, she's like a dog now. Whereas for the first several weeks, I guess, it's crazy to think we've only had her for like less than 6 months. But for the first few months, I still thought of her as like a puppy, like she looked like a puppy. And for the past couple months, that's been changing. And like specifically feels like in the last few weeks, I look at her and go, like, if you told me that she was 5 years old, I'd believe you. Smallest dog like this one is perfectly capable of pulling her leash out of your hands if she catches you off guard. Yeah, with well, the thing about her is she usually doesn't try to get away from me. Like I've lost the leash a couple times. And I let her go off leash in the field near our house, but it's just like now we have plenty of warning when the trains are coming. Now I click her back up when I know the trains are coming, because she's demonstrated that she does not always have the level of self-control necessary. She knows she's not supposed to go. And a lot of times when we hear the train coming now, she comes right up to me and she lays down at my feet. Like she knows, like, I'm not going anywhere. But probably about 25% of the time, and I click the leash back on her, but probably about 1 out of 3, maybe 1 out of 3 times, she'll still like lose control and like try to run and pull like she's out of her faculties. She never tries to get away from you. She tries to get close to carts. Yeah, that's her. It's mostly left to her own devices. She stays close to me. But if things get her, there are things that she likes to go after, and that's the problem. That's one of the things that my friend from San Diego, they've always had dogs in their household. Their dogs are like their kids, and they like to take their dogs hiking. And that was one thing after I told him that I've been experimenting doing off-leash. He said that he was out with his dogs, or with his dog. I guess his wife is like, one of the dogs sort of hers and one of his. So he's out with like his dog, and it saw a rabbit. And maybe it was both. I don't know if it's both the dogs or just his special bond mate. But the dog took off, and like literally he went like a mile or 2 away or whatever. There was like somebody found the dog. Like the dogs ran like 2 miles and ended up at someone's house who found them. I was like, oh, yeah, we're not like Millie to do that. And their dogs are usually pretty well trained too. Like it's insofar as, dogs, you can train dogs and they're not like hyper trained like police canines or whatever. Tanya also figured out that she can get on your bed. She's never tried before, and it was scary when she got off. Your bed is really high. Well, what we've done on ours is there's a little, like, we have these little chest slash plushy stools that we bought a couple of them to put toys and different things in. And at least on my bed, we pushed one of those up against the foot of my bed, so now she can jump up and down on that. And that's where we store all of her pee pads that she uses to go to the bathroom. So without that, she could still get up there, but it would be a challenge. And then getting down, and I think I've actually heard it's actually bad for their joints to like jump down from heights. So like one thing I read, it was like dogs getting in and out of cars, that you should help them out of the car, because if they're doing it on their own, jumping down, over time it can like mess up their joints. Although with Millie, she does a thing too already where she'll jump down to like the foot well, so she's already closer to the ground. And when she does that, we let her go ahead and do it. But it's really dangerous, but not good for her either. Yeah, I don't know where the line is drawn. I mean, it wasn't like it would be like, oh, imminent danger, more like, yeah, like a cumulative injury, repetitive stress injury. But yeah, it's funny because we were talking tonight about like, should we just have her do like day camp and pick her up, drop her off each morning during Comic-Con and pick her up in the evening? And for various reasons, we decided, you know, like, we don't want to be worrying about missing their closing pickup deadlines while we're at Comic-Con, and also she needs to get used to sometimes being left for a few days with these people before we leave her there for 10 days next month. But we're both like sad to not see her for 3 days. Like, we've done a couple overnights now, but we've never, like, yeah, it's just like literally we drop her off and then we're in there like in the morning to get her again. So I think we'll be all right. I'm sure we can handle it, but I know I just get sad, and she's like, and she doesn't like it when we leave her places and stuff. And she's always so happy to see us again when we pick her up. And I'm just like, oh. But apparently this place was cool because they did that today. They did a whole assessment thing where you have to leave before they'll let you like book regular like overnights and other things. They do an evaluation with the dog just to make sure it gets along with their other dogs and stuff. And they had all this observations about her. They said she did great, but he's even down to like, she seemed shy for the first 20 minutes, and then she warmed up and she's following everyone around. She didn't run around a ton. She more watched the other dogs, like watched what they were doing with great interest, and sometimes ran along with them. But she got along great with everyone. I was like, that's great, because you know, when we're walking her, we run at other dogs. The problem is she gets freaked out when the dogs come towards us. And then a lot of dogs want to come like, oh, hey, they made Millie, and then they're like, oh, they want to come sniff me too. And then things just go south. So she definitely has a history of rubbing other people's dogs or dog owners the wrong way when she herds them away. And when she herds, she's basically just herding them away from us. She's not like flat out like attacking them, but it looks pretty aggressive. Like, and you can hear her jaws snapping. It sounds like a bear trap. It's like snap, snap, snap. And she's like growling. But it's very strategic. It's very strategic. So it's like they get close and she nudges and pushes them away with her like dolphin nose. And then as soon as they're like, they've adjusted their course, she stops. Like, it's literally like flat out like a shepherd, like a cow dog, shepherd dog type of thing, which is kind of crazy to see. We've had we had at least one dog that did not take kindly to it. I think a couple dogs. Some of them are like, okay, fine. They like back off. There's a couple dogs that are like, are you snapping what? At me? You snapping your teeth at me? No. Dog could get arthritis in 7 years if she keeps it up. That's true. Are you sad if you don't see your wife for 3 days? Yeah, I am. Like when she goes, sometimes she does stuff with her family. Especially since we've gotten Millie, there have been more times when I would stay home with Millie, and I think that was before we felt comfortable leaving her at hotels and stuff. Because now if we need to do something, we just put her someplace, because we've done it a couple times. And we're obviously going to do it when we go out of state next month. But, yeah, I get sad. I get sad when I don't see my wife for 3 days. What's a bold claim? So usually the problem when my wife goes is at the end of the 3 days, I'll suddenly be like, oh, she's probably going to be getting home soon, and I've made a mess. Like the kitchen's a mess or whatever, and I get like, oh my God, I gotta clean up before she gets home. Well, that's at the very end. That's when I know she's about to come back, and then I'm like, oh, she's gonna get mad because I left everything. I made a mess and I didn't clean it up. But yeah, especially when she's like about to leave and stuff, I get real sad when I get like, she's gonna go away. So I think that's the hardest part is like when she leaves. I guess that's like for Millie too. That's the hardest part. Brains are just wired differently. It takes a lot more than that to make me sad. It's not like I'm devastated or I burst, like I lose my shit and I'm like crying and inconsolable. But yeah, I get sad if she's gonna leave. I kind of make up for it. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be my bachelor weekend. I can like play games and nap and watch on the big TV loud if I want to, and like eat whatever shit I want to. And which I normally, it's not like she stops me from eating shit that I want to, but sometimes, like, you know, I feel a little bit judged. No one's looking. Only I know what I've done wrong. Alright. Well, it's 11:30. I'm tired. And probably should wrap up. Yeah, I agree, Brad. I mean, and I'm kind of a solitary person. A lot of times, like I need my space. So in some ways, I like being alone. But I also like will suddenly there will be times where I'll be like, oh, like something come up, and I'll want to be like, talk to her, be like, oh hey, this thing happened. Look at this or whatever, and she's not there, and I'll go, and then I know it's been 20 years since I've been single, but I can say definitively that when I don't have someone in my life, I do get very lonely and very sad. So I know I'm not someone that's built to be alone. Like, because some people are just better, like, not being in a relationship or having a lot of space, like very special arrangements, like they don't live together or whatever. Like, I know I'm not that kind of person, but there's definitely, I think I need more space than a lot of people do. It's an open question whether you're better off being alone or not. You could go either way. Yeah, I just know that whenever I wasn't alone, I would become kind of fixated on finding someone. for better or for worse. And when I would meet people that I liked, I would feel like there was a lot riding on it. Like that it was really like important. Like, oh, I've got to find out. Like I take it kind of seriously, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Can be. Some people don't deserve to be taken that seriously. But I mean, everyone deserves a degree of respect. I mean, but not to be like, could this be the one? Not everyone deserves you to be thinking of them in that terms, and not everyone wants to be thought of in those terms. You just go to a bar and chat casually with strangers once a week and be socially fulfilled. I have trouble just going to a bar and chatting casually with strangers. So, assuming the Thursday guarantee hasn't been violated, which it never has, ever. That's right. Since I established Thursday night stream in 2016. 8 years ago. It's over 8 years. I think. When I started the Thursday night tradition. Never missed a single one. And she's back with her big bully burrito. That's some good eating right there. Man, that thing's really keeping her busy too. It's good because we've been having a hard time getting her things that she doesn't just chew through within 20 minutes. You never try chatting with strangers at bars, but it happens pretty much every time. You know, okay, you never try. All right. You apparently look friendly, which you mostly are. All right, I could see that. Yeah, I think your crabbiness comes out a lot more in written text and chats sometimes because like, well, you get pissy on your streams like at the games, you yell at the games and stuff. But your energy like visually is pretty positive. And just your demeanor and like the way you're like when you speak and everything, you just have a very like, I don't know. It's very friendly, I guess is the word. Yeah. Just so like someone that you hear them talking, you go, it seems like a nice guy. I like that guy. Likeable. Friendly. Okay. That said, as friendly as you are, Brad, as much as I like you, I gotta end the stream. Yeah, someday you should totally stream again, Brad. Be on the lookout. I always am, every time I have a 2 a.m. pee. Like, no, Brad, again? Actually, it's probably sometimes for the best, but... Yeah, I do like catching you when you stream. I normally can't hang out the whole time in your stream, but I do like it when I see you stream. Alright, so that's that. And apparently, Brad, you're the only one talking, but there's 7 people in here right now. So I don't know what all the rest of you are doing. You're probably all asleep. Nick's probably, I think, playing some Dead by Daylight. Probably still has a stream on somewhere. Other people probably fell asleep. Who knows? Maybe Evie is still there. She just fell asleep. But, I'm gonna call it. She just left it on to give me those precious watch minutes. You know, I don't even monetize my videos. Hey, there's Jeff. Okay. He's one of those guys. I don't even monetize my videos, so... Yeah, I don't know. The only money I don't get ad revenue because I don't monetize them. Yeah, I remember she left specifically because she wasn't feeling well and said she was going to bed. So, all right, this is gonna happen now. Speaking of going to bed, look at that. It only took me 20 minutes to get to this point. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now, Brad Pritchard, Jeff Harbaugh, and 5 other people. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. Did you hear that, 5 other people? I'm looking. I'm watching.